Okay, this time it's worked. All right. I think. Yes, it's working. All right. So welcome. It's 8 o'clock. Slight technological problems. So we're going to be playing a game that is called the Checkit Game. And it doesn't take very long to play. It's one of those, it's just a minute to learn. It's not a lifetime to master, but it's a game that you can play at all different levels, from a 4-year-old just counting dots to someone that wants to practice long mental maths of all kinds of complexity. So, and it doesn't even have to be mental maths. You can use a calculator, but it's a nice game if you're using mental maths without using a calculator. But if a calculator is required for whatever reason, then use a calculator. Now, just one more thing to do. I'm doing my sharing, hoping I'm getting it right as usual. Never sure as usual. And we're going to start the game in just 1 second as soon as I've done all my sharing. And start. Boom, kapow, kerbang. Let's go. So what we're going to do is now this game, the game I'm playing tonight, is suitable for 7 to 18-year-olds, 7 to 99, 7 to 110, 112, whatever the oldest age is. Now the tomorrow 10 o'clock, it's going to start slightly early and finish early. There'll be a version for early years, so it's something so you can start getting familiar with the concept of adding and subtracting for the early years. Now, what we do, it's quite simple. We make 3 ovals and 3 rectangles. We join them together in the form of a triangle. And the game has various different levels you can play. You can control the numbers. You can say numbers up to 10. You can say numbers up to, well, we'll do that in the early years tomorrow. Numbers up to 100, numbers up to 50, numbers up to 20. You can decide. And you can decide on the type of numbers. So tonight we're going to start. I'm just going to go with the what's on the sheet. And then tomorrow we'll become a bit more creative. So I'm going to, for the first time I'm doing it, I'm going to go, okay, 88. So, and then we keep score. So that's me, and that's you. There you go. Hello, you. How are you doing? How are you? Get it? Right, okay. 55. I'm just using the one on the sheet. I'm still going to do. Now this is, we're going to do addition. And what that means is the boxes in the middle will be these 2 numbers added up, those 2 numbers added up, and those 2 numbers added up. So, okay, 187, 154, hope I got it right. And if I don't have it right, please let me know. I am not the world's best mental arithmetician. Right, so that's 13 and 13, 14. Let's see if I've got that right. 88, there's 12 less than 100. So it's 12 less than 55. So that's 45, 43. Yes, I think I've got it. So that's what you do. But that's the principle. I'm showing you the principle. Now let's play the game. If we're playing the game. Now I wish this was faster. I wish I would actually have the time to get one of you to actually give me numbers. Hi, Terry. Hi, Russell. Hi, Tommy. Right, anybody, do you manage to get a number in there? I've got to put numbers in here. We can't wait too long, unfortunately. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to say these numbers have to be, I'm going to keep the numbers simple, because doing this live, you make the numbers whatever you want to make the numbers. So I'm going to make this 10. So let's see. Sorry, I'm change my mind. Where's the other pen? That's me. That's you. That's going to say 10. So I could go for, okay, I'm going to make my own life easier. That's 60. Right. And now, oh, if we both get it right, we both get a point. If one of us gets it wrong, then you get a minus and the other gets a plus if they don't. If basically, if you get it wrong, you get a minus, and you go till you get 5 points. So the first person to reach 5 points wins. So I'm now going to, is it my turn? No, it's your turn. So, okay, you decided to put 66 there. So I'm like, okay, so that's got to be that plus that is 66. So that's going to be 56. And now it's your turn. So you're going to add those. Oops. Now, we wanted to do numbers up to 100. Now, who's the person that wrote the number that meant it was inevitable for the result to go over 100? And that was green pen. Oh dear, sorry guys, that was you. Sorry, it was you. So you get a minus point, and I get a, well, I haven't actually written the answer. Well, I can't write the answer because it's over 100. We agreed that. I don't know if we actually did or not, but that's part of one of the things you can do to control. Another one, here we go. Here, how about this one? Check this one out. Right. Basically, another one is if you can't have negative numbers, you can state that you can't have negative numbers, in which case you can, let me see if I can actually manage to do this. If we're adding, what did I manage to do last time? I managed to make it so there was a negative number. And so what did I do? What did I do? Let's see. Let's keep the numbers small so I can keep my idea going here. So if that's 1, was it? So let's say 3. Yeah. So if I made that 2, that would have to be 4. And if then I made that 3, that would have to be a negative number, in which case I didn't alternate the colors, but let's say it was me. I put the 3 in, there's a 4 already there. That would force that to be a negative number. We're not allowing negative numbers, which means that I get a negative point. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I got a positive point last time, but now I've got a negative point and you get a positive point. So far, sum total 0. All right. So can you see that would have to be -1 in order for that to work, and we've said we can't have any negative numbers, so you can make that sort of rule, in which case it just complicates the thing and it just makes you think more, and you think, you play for fun and you think to learn and you think to get better and really get nimble at your mental arithmetic. Right, so that's that one. What should we do next? Well, tomorrow we're going to, well, what we'll do tonight is we'll do multiplication with small numbers. It doesn't take long to show you this game. We'll do multiplication with small numbers. Now, why have we said multiplication and division? So I'm going to start placing anywhere I like. I'm going to say multiplication. I'm going to keep the numbers simple. I'm going to put a 10 there. And now you're saying multiplication with small numbers. So that times that must equal 10. So let's make that 2. All right, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. That means that's got to be 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Perfect. Now green, that yellow says, right now, and it's got to be whole numbers, and it's got to be whole numbers. Yeah, whole numbers. It's just got to be whole numbers. So yeah, this isn't going to be very complicated. We're keeping it quite simple. Let's say 20. So then I've got to work out, see why it's division and multiplication. You've got to work out what times 5 is 20, or 20 divided by 5, or what times 5 is 20. What is the difference between what times 5 makes 20 and 20 divided by 5? I ask you, is that helpful? Now, oh, that's me. Okay, so that's 4 5s are 20, and then that one's quite simple. You just have to work it out. 2 4s are 8. So there you go. That's a multiplication one. And again, you can make it so it can't go, you can't have, it must be whole numbers, or you can make it not whole numbers and just make the numbers mentally, arithmetically difficult, or not. And now we're going to do, I guess we are going to do one last one. We're going to do simple fractions. Now we're going to multiply fractions. Now I'm going to keep them simple. It's enough already to be, if you're big on fractions and you want to make them complicated, great. For me, I need simple. Besides, this is a good game for someone to practice that isn't nimble with fractions, so it's enough to work it out. You don't want to be making things too complicated. So it's not about making it complicated, it's about becoming nimble with your arithmetic. So I'm going to make that one half. Right, so if we make this one, now I'm going to make, I'm going to make this one 2. So because we can use whole numbers, just not, yeah, we can use whole numbers. But ideally we'll have the answers as fractions. So what do I have to do to 2 to make 2? So what number halved makes 2? Is that one way of looking at it? What number do I need to start with that if I halve it, I get 2? And that's 4. That's again easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now I'm going to, what am I going to do here? I'm going to okay, we did this earlier. I'm going to do it again, I think. Let me just check. And I liked the way we did it. So we're doing, yes, that's what we did it earlier. And I did it with Tony earlier. So, and her illustration was very nice. So make sure I've got this right. If we start off with 8, if Tony's watching, she's going to laugh. I just want to make sure we've got half of 3/4. So what's 3/4? 3/4 of 8, that's 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4, 3/4 of 8. And what's half of that? Half of that is, the whole thing is 8 eighths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and half of 3/4 is 3/8. So that's what I'm going to put there. Thank you very much, Tony, for the little bit of help there of how to illustrate that without just going into writing it down. Because I realized today that fractions, I always have to write them down to work them out. So we're looking at other ways of illustrating it. And now finally, oh my goodness, here we got 3/4 of 4. Well, that's a bit easier. So we can just get rid of this one. 3/4 of 4. 3/4 of 4. 3, so that's 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one is 1. I want 3/4 of that. What's 3/4 of 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3/4 of 4 is 1. Does that make sense? No, the 3/4 of 4. It's the other way around. Ha ha ha. Did you spot that? 3/4 of 4 is, it's this part of it, not the other part of it. You're keeping the 3/4, so it's actually 3, not 4. So I would have actually got a -1 there because I got the answer wrong, which is fine. It's all about getting better at arithmetic. It's not all about getting it right. It's about learning. That's what we're doing it for. So if you're not nimble, which clearly I'm not at fractions, then great. That means I'm better at it now than I was earlier today, which really pleases me. Okay. If you are enjoying these videos, please do. If you have a YouTube channel, we're going to be loading up these resources resources onto the Math Toys YouTube channel. We'll put a link on to the one referring to this in a little while. And also the Bubbly Maths YouTube channel, the lives are being uploaded onto those as well, just as they are, as what you're seeing here. And if you like the group Making Maths Toys for kids of all ages, please share the lives. And also there's some great, lovely little memes on the AIMSEC Facebook page, and the links to all of that are in the announcements at the top, and also you'll see the little memes on the page on the group as well, and that's all coming from AIMSEC, so please do like that. Now the link to this resource will be, I think it's in the description actually, in this live, so you can link to that and get the activities and questions to ask, and just take that and use it and play this game. Play it often. Play it. It's something you can play in the car. It's something you can play before supper. It's something you can play. If you play it all the time, you will have nimble minds able to do some lovely arithmetic. And that's just one of the many games that we have on the Aiming High website that are being created for you. So let me just see who else has joined us today. We have, okay, Terry already said hello. Terry, Russell, Tommy, hello. Monica, hi. Henrik Robinson, hi. Monica again. Lovely. Now I've just got to double check, because sometimes I have people on the group, and as usual, if I haven't managed to say hello, in other words, if your comments haven't come up while I'm doing the live, I apologize. I will check later and reply to your comments later. Sometimes I get people saying hello and that I don't see any yet. If there are any later, I will comment later. Thank you so much for joining. I see Tony's put a link to the Checkit game. Oh, and then a nice little meme there from the AIMSEC. If you see the meme down below, that links you straight to the AIMSEC page. Thank you for joining. Now tomorrow morning at 9 we'll be playing another game, just playing different numbers, different ways of playing it. Maybe we'll use decimals. It'll be earlier in the morning. I might be able to get my head around decimals. And then 10 o'clock we'll do a quick game for early years, and then 8 o'clock tomorrow night we'll play again, and 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday we'll play again, and we'll have a little performance for the early years. I haven't decided what we're doing yet, but something fun for the early years at 10 o'clock on Sunday. That's all London time. And then 8 o'clock on Sunday night we will then have a resource that talks more about the maths. I mean, this is kind of obvious to a lot of people. It's the addition and subtraction, but you'll learn things that you didn't know about, maybe the value. Well, we're going to cover it anyway. And then Monday morning we're going to do it, but the serious maths. But still, it's just what you're learning by playing the game. And work out how to end the live. It's a daily problem. Thank you. See you tomorrow.